Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a Southern Cross Dota presentation. We're here with Game 3 of Proudly Sponsored by Centrelink versus Noxious Gaming. I'm dropping in for Shads, who has gone off to rest. Rags will be joining me for this game. How are you, Ragnarok?
Yeah, alright, I had to do that last one solo, but it's all good. So you've had so far for this game, you've had Shads and myself doing the first one, me solo doing the second one, and we will have the last game being done by Coldblood and myself, but we are already into the picks in the band, so we'll jump straight into this. We do have Weaver, Timbersaw, Elder Titan, and Lich all banned out. The same first four bans for all three games so far. Visage being picked up by Noxious Gaming. Moops loves playing that Visage so much, but we also have Clockwork and Crystal Maiden now being picked up by Proudly Sponsored by Centrelink. Clockwork really didn't work out too well for him in the first game. I mean, as much as Fatty ended up going AFK at some point, it wasn't he could have changed to fight at one point, but unfortunately he was AFK, and yeah, did not work out. Crystal Maiden, we saw how strong she could be in the early game in that last one, and Noxious Gaming picking up that Storm Spirit, most likely for Kfini. He loves that Storm Spirit and plays him so well.
Yeah, in the series I was doing rags between Azure and your NATO. We were seeing the Crystal Maiden used to great effect with that Frostbite roaming around and laying down the CC. We saw Bat Rider get picked up in both games, and he was quite successful in both games. Of course, he lost the first one and won the second. Looks like he's not even going to be considered in this game, which surprises me. Although the Weaver bans, Elder Titan, Lich, Darkseer, all things that we've been seeing rather commonly lately. Rubik not so much. We saw we got to see an awesome thing in game 2 where Rubik stole Bat Rider's his burning trail, and he actually was like hollering around on his staff as if he was a witch on a broomstick, and it was one of the best things ever. So if you ever see a Rubik versus a Bat Rider, look out for that. It's great fun.
Yeah, it's always quite enjoyable when that actually happens. It's one of those things that you just sort of look at and go, huh? What? Huh?
Okay, so
What?
Luna gonna be the sorry to cut you off there, buddy.
It's
Luna
alright.
gonna be the fourth ban for Proudly Sponsored by Centrelink, a carry renowned for her early nuking power and then late game carry potential. Didn't do too well in game 2 of the series I was casting before, and apparently she's not gonna get a go at redemption. So now third pick for Proudly Sponsored by Centrelink. Some pretty nice guys. I got to meet them at the respawn land. That was cool. So we'll have to see how they manage to go in this series. It's tied up 1-1, and we're down to the third and fourth picks for both teams. Clockwork could either go mid or off lane, and Crystal Maiden probably going to tri lane unless we see something crazy. Reserve time being brought in, and we'll have to see if they decide to go with a carry or perhaps a more traditional mid. They have what's his name? Outworld Destroyer. OD has not been banned out, so we could see him be picked up.
Yeah, Outworld's one of these very funny heroes where he gets picked up every now and then, but you know, he's only good mostly against intelligence heroes, and we haven't really seen in this series intelligence heroes going into the mid lane. We see like more strength, like the Clockwork, being heading into those mid lanes, just to basically beat down on whoever they possibly can. But yeah, Luna, she was played to great effect in the first game, so it's no surprise there that she's getting banned out. But Proudly Sponsored by Centrelink, being able to pick up that Queen of Pain, that's one of their more favourite heroes. They picked them up a lot in that respawn event, and been banned out every single time so far. So being able to pick this up for them is absolutely huge right now. They really want to try and get a very early stuff. Good in the early game, good in the late game, even fantastic in the mid lane. So Queen of Pain, an all-round good pickup coming out from Proudly Sponsored by Centrelink, and I wonder how Noxious Gaming's actually going to take this, and if they're going to sort of fight back a little bit.
Yeah, the Storm Spirit, I'd assume he'd go into the mid lane, and he's not the tankiest of guys. Once he hits level 6, of course, he gets some awesome mobility, but we'll have to see if he can last that long. I'm wondering if Noxious Gaming will go for a Nakes the Lifestealer to try and combo him with the Storm Spirit. Looks like they will go for Disruptor, and immediately Lifestealer taken away by the Centrelink guys. So Disruptor, I know he's got an AoE silence, which could potentially be very disruptive against particularly the Freezing Field of of Crystal Maiden, and Queen of Pain not able to throw out her burst if Disruptor is quick on the mark. I wonder what these guys are going to decide on. I believe Visage is a carry, which means they're going to need a support and an offlaner, if I'm not mistaken.
Visage is not a carry.
Oh, he's not a carry? Oh, I must be thinking of OD.
He's fully support, straight up support.
Oh, he's the one with the gargoyles.
Yes.
Yep, okay.
So they've picked up 2 of their supports so far. Storm Spirit, it wouldn't surprise me at all if this went on to K-Femi and went into a safe lane farm. They've done that quite a few times with the Storm Spirit, but it also depends on who's going to get picked up for that mid lane for Toons as well. We have seen quite an interesting couple of style of pickups for these guys. I mean, we did see a game where there was a Shadow Shaman and a Death Prophet, and they just basically pushed down, and a Nature's Prophet pickup. So we could see quite a bit of split push coming out right now. There's not too much in the way of anti-push besides the Queen of Pain. Crystal Maiden can do it to a point with that Crystal Nova.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's not great. But instant ban outs now as well. The Nyx being banned out as well as a Tinker. That's a specialized ban straight out to K-Feni. No one wants to play against K-Feni's Tinker. No one. It is just no.
I think it's also an intelligent ban considering the global pressure of Nature's Prophet already going to be going against them. They do not want a Tinker added onto that because otherwise they're going to need to be in 5 places at once. So pretty smart to ban that one out. Nyx Assassin being taken away and Sand King going to be the pickup here. So the proudly sponsored by Centrelink guys, they definitely got a lot of jump in your face and AoE you down while Lifesteal is whacking away, and the Crystal Maiden probably channeling the slow field. Wondering what the Noxious Gaming guys are going to go for. Nature's Prophet, if he has a good start, he can go a right-click build, but they'd probably want a harder carry. So I'm wondering what they're going to pick here, Rags. We know that Nature's Prophet could potentially go in the jungle.
It'll be a mid-hero.
Okay.
It'll be some sort of mid-hero. I'm predicting that K-Feni's going to be taking that Storm Spirit into one of the safe lanes.
Okay.
So, most likely wouldn't be a Magnus. There we go, Razor for the mid lane.
Oh, that's great against the Lifestealer if he can...
Actually, no.
No?
No, we actually have Toons picking up that Storm Spirit. So it looks like Storm Spirit will be going into the mid lane. K-Feni not getting his Storm Spirit, so a little unfortunate for him, but it does look like he might be playing Nature's Prophet at this stage. Yeah, there we go. So K-Feni's picking up that Nature's Prophet. Jan will be playing the Razor. He played a good Razor in the last game, but was not to the greatest effect. Oh, wasn't Jan played it on Toons? I can't remember now.
Well, with the Razor,
time of
night. Is he able to steal the attack damage through the Link even after Lifestealer pops his rage? Like, assuming the Link goes on first?
Yes, it is through all styles of any sort of style of
Magic immunity?
Magic immunity. Yep. He can steal anything he wants. But anyway, quickly running through the proudly sponsored by Centrelink guys, we do have Longdong DD. He'll be playing that Queen of Pain. We do have History's Weakest Disciple, the hit back at Kenichi. He'll be playing on that Lifestealer. We do have XYZ, he is on the Clockwork Goblin. We do have Infinity, we'll be playing on that Crystal Maiden. And finally, Al Capone is taking up that Sand King role. And for Noxious.
And for Noxious Gaming, we've got Toons on the Storm Spirit, who has had the Smoke of Deceit popped on him, picked up very early by the Visage. On Razor, we have Jan. On the Disruptor, we have Tomato, or Tomato, whichever you like to swing it. We have K-Feni on the Nature's Prophet, who has started with the Treant, so he's not going to be able to join his team. And rounding out Noxious Gaming, we will have Moops1X on the Visage, who has picked up his Grave Chill, and I am told is not a carry, so it will be Razor in that hard carry stance. We'll have to see whether he decides to build tanky, or just goes straight for the glass cannon.
Nah, Razor's one of these sort of heroes that really won't go glass cannon. It wouldn't surprise me at all if he picks up quite a few stat items early on. And he's going to get a double damage room straight up here. So
Treant whacking that Scorpion.
Yeah, he's going to be quite fine. Treant, yeah,
that's creative use of the Treant spell.
Just basically getting down here, just scouting out as much as he can. Razor's picked up a double damage rune, but Infinity hid as well as the Lifestealer. So I think they might be thinking there's a solo Sand King down here on this lane, which you wouldn't think because there's a Clockwork on here as well. So I mean, you know. you wouldn't have Life Stealer as a support. But there we go, into the mid lane. We do have Queen of Pain. She's already right-clicking down on Toons. Toons is right-clicking straight back as well. And they're just sort of having themselves a nice little tussle down here in this lane right now. Queen of Pain will be moving back, munching down on a Tango, right? Oh, if she actually gets it. There we go. Munching down on a Tango. She will be trying to last hit under the tower. It looks like Toons is trying to actually get himself down here and do it. And there we go. There goes the strike out on Toons. That's going to do a little bit of damage to him. Just slowly tick away at his health every time. And takes away... Slowly gives back speed, but I think it was like, you know... Starts off at about 16% movement slow, if I remember correctly. I probably don't, because I'm bad.
Hey, you're better than me.
20% move slow.
No matter what you say, it's better than what I could say.
But down here, this is going to be the lane to watch right now, the bottom lane. We do have Crystal Maiden. She's going to be popping out. We do have a clap going out right now on top of Crystal Maiden's head. Is clap? It's not clap. It's Strike. Thunderstrike. Clap is the Brewmaster thingy where you that's the one. I promise I know this game, guys. Promise.
Okay, so I'm wondering how this is going to go. I would have thought Disruptor would start with the kinetic field to try and keep the Lifestealer at bay, but I guess they know it better than me, and they're not forced to start with that skill. But it's weird to see Nature's Prophet not running around in the jungle. He does have the Ring of Basilisk inactive, of course, not push the lane, so he will be able to head into the jungle should he need it. XYZ doing a good job of pushing at the moment. The creep hits are looking fairly evened out at the moment as the supports are AoEing each other down. I'm not sure what that bar is on Visage. It's the Soul Assumption. Okay, so I'll be learning what he does in this game because he's only just recently been allowed through the bans.
Yeah, that's one of the Soul Assumption damages depending on how many soul damage ticks have been consumed. And that goes up above his head. So when that whole bar is yellow, he's going to be pumping out lots of amount of damage when he lets off that Soul Assumption. It just stacks up and can hit very, very hard. But we do have a hasted
sprinting around on his Raptor.
In the mid lane, yeah, sprinting around on his Raptor. It looks like he's going to be trying to come down onto this Queen of Pain. He could be in a little bit of trouble. He's got the Thunderstrike down, but Queen of Pain deals out way too much damage for him to get. And he's actually run out. This is going to be First Blood, the last tick. First Blood goes to the Queen of Pain, managing to pick that up on Tomato. A little bit of a mistake there. Does not quite get himself into the right position. I mean, he did not realize that his haste rune, I don't think, was running out that quickly. So ends up giving away First Blood to a Queen of Pain, and that's not exactly what you want to do. Give a Queen of Pain First Blood that quickly. No runes are up at the moment, so Storm Spirit has a little bit of an advantage in this lane right now. He's still got 2 charges on his bottle, while Queen of Pain does not. But there is... Well, she's managed to pick up some boots now, so she's going to be able to blink to the next 4-minute rune. It does look like, there we go, Toons doing a little bit of harass, yeah, using that Static Remnant as well as the Overload shot, and still doing it to that Queen of Pain, getting a little extra, and there we go, we do have a Clockwork Goblin coming straight in right now. Right-click throwing out from Toons, and Toons trying to get down there, and the last scream will give Queen of Pain another kill. Queen of Pain quite far ahead right now, having 2 kills in this mid lane, as well as having a little more CS from that Storm Spirit. It's going to put him quite a ways behind. She's already got an Null Talisman. She's always got up her boots speed, so it wouldn't surprise me if she's getting an early set of treads coming up very, very shortly. She's going to farm out, push out a little bit, but Storm Spirit's now back in the lane. She's got to be careful, and she knows he's here now. No overload. She's going to be going all the way back to base. But meanwhile, down here, we do have Tomato on his Raptor, going to be coming in with a double damage rune.
That was some great awareness from Lewingid on the Queen of Pain. Net worth is currently 2,400, which is 700 over the Kafini on the Nature's Prophet, who was recently over the Nakes and Lifestealer, history's weakest disciple. Pretty cool name. And Nature's Prophet actually winning in the last hits, followed closely by Toons on the Storm Spirit. So after his ally overcommitted and then being caught by the Clockwork, he's doing a good job of catching up in the creep score at the very least. And once he hits level 6, of course, he'll be able to have...
This is dangerous. Queen of Pain actually has her ultimate up as well. If she had a blink up, she was
going to be in the bottom lane, we see Tomato is going to be feasted by the Nakes, but is going to be forced to get out. Beautiful Impale comes forward from Al Capone, and that will be the end of Tomato, dying once again. Crystal Maiden Infinity going to pick that one up. That was a beautiful Burrow Strike, sorry, from the Sand King.
Yeah, Burrow Strike on Sand King. I was going to correct you after you finished talking, just to let you keep with your thing.
He's not
yeah,
Nick's
good fight
assassin.
going on there. This is the second time I've seen, like, in the last 2 games, where the first engagement on bottom lane and Infinity's actually stolen the right last kill with a right click. So, quite interesting. But we do have face boost now up on Nick, so Nax is actually moving quite quick, and it looks like Moobs is in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to be going down so quickly there. Sand King actually picking up that one. Razor trying to steal out as much damage as he can. Manages to get 56 damage, but there's not going to quite be enough. We do have the courier coming in here. Was giving Crystal Maiden, I'm pretty sure, a magic wand or maybe another salve or something. But there we go, we do have Nakes only hitting for about 40 damage right now. So Nature's Prophet does kill the Clockwork up in top lane as well. Does manage to pick that one up. I did manage to miss that myself. So
Yeah, so did I, don't worry.
He does manage to get that. And he's going to TP down, pick himself up that regeneration room and run back away. So Queen of Pain can't pick it up.
That was very well done by Kfini there, actually having the awareness for that. So we'll have a look at Infinity. What is he going to spend that hard-earned cash on? Looks like some nice warding coming through from Noxious in the jungle, but the, what is that? The Observer ward going to be running out soon. They look like they wanted to initiate onto Jen. They will back away though. Disruptor still doesn't have the kinetic field, so apparently I thought his strongest ability was the field. It of course is not so. Kfini leading the last hits with 36 to 24 denies, as he is going to get caught in the cogs at the moment, and Luangood going to come forward and secure that kill with the Sonic Wave. Probably better to go over to the Queen of Pain. Actually, Rags, we'll have a look at her net worth, 3,300, and Kfini following up again at about 600, 700 behind. But Luangood playing, I'm not sure how to say his name, but he's playing this very well.
Who?
Luangood, the Queen of Pain.
It's Long DD. Long DD.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
So, yeah, Long DD, playing that Queen of Pain absolutely amazingly. I mean, played the Magnus as well last game quite well. But Toons, you got to remember, he's got that ultimate up now. He does have a full mana pool, so he's going to be able to jump down on that Queen of Pain. And Nature's Prophet managing to pick up another kill up on that top lane. It does look like Sand King TP'd up there to try and help out that Clockwork, but Clockwork, unfortunately, is going down. Nature's Prophet just getting himself into a good position right about now. Does have himself a set of phase boots. Has that glove of haste as well. I'm pretty sure that's going to be being made into a hand of Midas, just so he can get those extra levels up and the extra gold that he needs. Nature's Prophet, usually you see him in the jungle, but because he's only in a 1v1 lane right now, he's actually being able to farm in the lane, get some gold, also get a couple of kills. So he's quite alright here. We do have Crystal Maiden. She's hovering around the mid lane at the moment. Looks like she really wants to try and help out this Queen of Pain. Probably to try and get another kill. Lock down that Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit won't be able to do it, but there's a Disruptor illusion there that's sort of putting them off right now.
Not to mention the real one's just... oh, actually, he's running away now, but the real one was close by.
Yeah, the real one was close by, but I don't think they had really much of an idea about that. So you do just have one up there. We do see Clockwork. He's running around right now. He's whacked that once. He goes, yeah, that's an illusion. So they're going to be wondering if that's going to be... that other one's going to be an illusion as well. But we do have Storm Spirit. It looks like he's heading into the jungle right now. It looks like he wants to pull. Yeah, he's going to be pulling this up, and then he's probably going to wipe it out just so he's going to be able to get a little bit extra gold and experience out of that. But in the meantime, we do have this Disruptor sitting there, and with the amount of damage he's doing with right clicks, it wouldn't surprise me if Queen of Pain just knew that.
Oh, as we see the engage forward from Toons using the lightning rush forward and manages to jump onto the Clockwork. Visage going to secure that kill for himself. You were talking about the Soul Assumption damage. I'm not sure he even needed it there. I think he just right-clicked that to death. But another advantage. Oh, well, it's a nice pickup from Noxious. Yeah, it did come out.
Yeah, okay. Definitely. It's only on a 4-second cooldown.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, Noxious doing a good job of, well, getting back what they need to. I'm just noticing the global presence from Kfini on the Nature's Prophet and, oh no, actually, oh yes, Storm Spirit on Toons. They have the potential to move around the map very quickly, so managing to catch up will mean they don't have to group up to deal with the enemy and can try and split their attention, which is definitely to their benefit, although they are 1250 gold in the deficit at the moment and experience looking about the same.
Yeah, this is going to be Rat Dota at its finest. We do have basically we're going to have a split pushing Nature's Prophet most of the game with a Storm Spirit, just making pickoffs and trying to engage anywhere he can. Just try and do it. Queen of Pain just bottling up a double damage rune now. She has picked herself up a Sage's Mask, so it wouldn't surprise me if she's actually going in for an Orchid during this game. Something really to lock down that that Storm Spirit. Just get the silence on him, lock him down. He won't be able to get away. But we do have the Sand King standing in here as well. So the moment someone comes in just a little bit too close, that Sand King's going to Burrow Strike. It is up to level 3, so he does have 550 range on it. Does have quite a hefty range now. So he doesn't have to try and run quite as close to be able to get down on those heroes and beat them down. But it looks like Disruptor, a little bit afraid in the trees from that double damage Queen of Pain.
I thought XYZ may have been in trouble there, but I think he's getting to the point where he can get away, or at least Kafini wasn't in a position to follow up on the aggression there. Dire's mid tower can use some help. It's actually falling very low. That double damage rune, I thought it may have been wasted by Luong DD, but they managed to get the tower down, and if it's anything like LoL, the mid tower provides you a lot of map control and presence. Meanwhile, up at the top lane, XYZ going to pick up a kill on Visage as Razor picks up Lifestealer down at the bottom. As Razor gets the double kill, XYZ is going to escape as Luong D going to be coming in here. Storm Spirit going to pick her up, and it ends up being a 3 for 2, all things considered, as Al Capone going to be coming in here. He's going to channel the Epicenter, be doing a lot of damage to Toons. Doesn't have the mana to get out of their kinetic field just to some... Oh no, that was to try and stop the Sand King, but it will not be enough, and ends up being a 4 for 2 in... I think it was proudly sponsored by Centrelink's favor.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the Queen of Pain went down, so did the Clock, but I mean, they lost, the Razor... Was the Razor, wasn't it?
Yeah,
they lost the Razor, they lost Storm Spirit, and they lost someone else, I'm pretty sure.
Nature's Prophet went down up at top. Although, of course, he's back there immediately. He actually has teleportation up to the max level, which puts it at a very low 20-second cooldown. I'll quickly bring up the hero level. He's at level 11. Luong D... double D on Queen of Pain at level 10, almost hitting the second level in that Sonic Wave, going to up her burst by quite a bit. And yeah, so what do you think heading into these team fights, Rags, or do you think team fights aren't going to be the name of the game with the global presence?
I highly doubt it. I mean, like, I'm guessing Noxious are going to want to just go for a pick off, go for a push, and have Kafini pushing on the other side of the map. Just quickly going over the gold, though. I mean, it was over 2,000 gold to proudly sponsored by Centrelink, but now it's down to about 750, and the experience was up over 1,500. Now it's down below 500. So it just goes to show, with these few pick-offs that Noxious are getting, the way they're just sort of coming back into this game. I mean, PSbC had a great start in this game, but unfortunately they're just not quite there. But the thing is that the lifesteal actually hasn't really gotten into much of this engagement yet. Sure, he's been in a couple of tussles that were on this bottom lane, but other than that, he really hasn't had much engagement with anyone. So once he gets a little bit of farm and he gets himself into this game a bit more, he's going to be quite a deadly force, because he's getting quite a bit of farm. He's already got up drums as well as his phase boots and a poor man's shield, so he's going to be hitting quite hard late as this game goes on, especially if he manages to pick up one of those Basher or an Assault Cuirass at some point. And that Courier.
Oh, there's been a smoke of deceit popped in the middle lane. Not sure what they're going to try and do with it. Nature's Prophet up at the top lane. His treants are about to run out. He's going to create some more, and looks like they do want to go for him, and as far as I know, that ward cannot see them. So XYZ is going to go in here any second, I'm sure of it, unless they want to get an initiate. The flare is going to go off and reveal Kafini. Is he going to be able to get out of there in time? Beautiful Burrow Strike from the Al Capone on the Sand King is going to allow Clockwork to pick that up, and that was very well done by proudly sponsored by Centrelink. How are Noxious going to answer to this?
Basically the same way they've been doing it. I mean, Nature's Prophet will jump in somewhere around the map later on, and he's going to farm no matter what. That's the thing. There is a haste rune down at bottom. Queen of Pain pops the invis rune, picks up the haste rune, and it wouldn't surprise me if she's going to actually pop this. There we go. We'd have the lifestealer infesting straight inside of her. In the meantime, we do have that top tower going down, being beaten down below half HP, but here we go. We do have Queen of Pain. She's down here in an invis rune right now. The Sand Strike, Butter Strike does go up, and we do have it, and still not dead, come on. Does get lips back, but he does end up dying in the end. We do have Razor. He is taking a lot of damage away from that thing, the gargoyles, sorry, the familiars will actually get the kill on the Sand King. Sand King getting glimpsed back just that little bit. So a 1-for-2 trade. Visage ended up going down as well as that disruptor. Razor still managed to survive, and that's the main.
Oh, freezing field goes off by Infinity, but it will not be enough. He does manage to secure an escape for XYZ, but does manage to go down. I'm not sure if he caught it, Rags, but there was actually a third kill picked up in that engagement by K Feeney, popping the Wrath of Nature right next to himself. Bounced down to the bottom lane and last hit one of the kills. So very well played by Noxious there.
Yeah, that was the Sand King. Yeah, the Sand King went down.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that was it. I thought it was the gargoyles that got him. I didn't see that he got him. So.
Yeah, I saw the... I've versed many Nature's Prophet. I know when that damn ulti...
They're friggin' familiars. Ever
Familiars?
since you mentioned gargoyles, all of a sudden I've been saying gargoyles. It's your fault.
Familiars. Alright, let's have a look at the actual
I'm
skill.
pretty sure.
Summon familiars.
Sure.
Alright, you're right.
Yeah. I just saw, Shadowblade is now up on K Feeney, so he's going to be very, very, even more difficult to catch up on now. It does look like we nearly got an armlet completed on the lifestealer. He's only about another 600 gold away from picking that up. So this is where his powerhouse comes into. Gets the armlet, usually gets something like a Basher, maybe a Sanjin Yasha at some point, and he becomes quite a deadly hero. And I mean, he's very, very hard to stop, especially seeing he's got those open wounds. He's got Rage that gives him that magic immunity, but Razor can take away all that damage if he wants to.
Is Infinity gonna get caught here? He's been sticking around here for a while. Toons zipped over to him with the ball lightning. It looks like he will manage to get out for now, though. Noxious...
There's a sentry down in the mid.
Okay, as XYZ is going to be caught in the ring of trees. Both of these heroes... Oh, sorry, both of these heroes able to trap each other.
Oh.
The hook shot going to come out. Cogs going to be dodged by K Feeney. He's going to try and teleport out. Will he be able to get out? He does indeed.
Oh, Queen of Pain comes in and cleans that up on the Nature's Prophet. Wow.
Well done.
That's tag team wrestling right there.
Yeah, well done by the Centrelink guys. Will she pay for it with her life, though? Blink is, of course, off cooldown. She's going to zip her way out of there. And it was only the two supports up there anyway. Teleport down to the bottom lane to try and help Jan as he is getting dropped. As Nakes is going to pop his, I think it was the open wounds. Not going to be able to get anything as the Sand King is going to jump forward, take down Jan. Will they go after Tomato? No, they will not. Static Storm not going to do much of anything. And I do believe there was a teleport out by Nakes as Toons is going to try and come in. Will he be able to pick up Al Capone here? No, he's not going to jump forward with the ball lightning. And another advantage picked up by the Centrelink boys.
Yeah, that Static Storm actually did quite a bit in that fight. I mean, Sand King was actually charging up that epicenter. He got the Static Storm done just in case, just to basically silence him, so he wasn't able to get that off. So the epicenter is now on cooldown. Al Capone has to wait for that to come back off, and he wasn't able. If that epicenter actually went off, I had a funny feeling he was going to go down even further. But there we go. We do have clockwork. He jumps in on that disruptor, hiding behind the tower, ends up beating him down, and they're going to be going straight onto this tower right now on the bottom. And this seems to be going very well for Proudly Sponsored by Centrelink. Let's have a look. Their gold experience has gone back up over 3,000. The experience is back up over 3,000 as well. So it looks like they're having the time of their lives here. Dropping a sentry ward down, that is most likely either for a smoke or most likely that Nature's Prophet trying to get himself in there. If he fights, tries to Shadowblade back out, he's not going to happen. But it does look like they're going to do a little bit of damage, get it to about down below half, and they're just going to get out of there. Infinity just sort of sitting here right now, sort of looks like they're trying to bait. Sand King, he's going to try and TP out, but the Familiar Stomp is actually going to go down onto him. Just to be a pain, and Queen of Pain is going to pick up Toons, the Storm Spirit, in the mid lane.
Okay, so it looks like Nakes was there as well. I think he picked up an assist using that Nakes, but oh no, it wasn't actually inside. He must have just run up. So I guess the way to he has his armlet. So the best way to deal with a global pressure team. Oh, I was just gonna say XYZ. He lands the power shot onto Jen, and it is followed up by Al Capone. Clockwork gonna pick that up after throwing the flare in. Moop falling very low to history's weakest disciple on the Lifestealer. So they're going to pick up 3 for 0 there, including the kill in the mid lane. Definitely going in, proudly sponsored by Centrelink's favor. I guess the way to deal with a global team is to, well, push them right back to their tier 2 tower and make it so they've got nothing to push.
Basically, that's about the way it's going right now. I mean, we've got the Lifestealer. He seems to be doing like great works. We do have Nature's Prophet. He's down here in the mid lane, but the Orchid is up from this Queen of Pain. Nothing he can do about it. Will be getting beaten down right now. Looks like he really wants to try and finish off this tower, but Queen of Pain's going to deny it from the Treants as well, as she's just going to keep beating down on here. Meanwhile, down at the bottom lane, it looks like they're trying to be going down. It looks like a double kill going out for the Nature's Prophet. Action all over the map right now. He's managed to pick himself up the armor. What did that courier actually bring him? I think it was just a TP scroll. And it looks like that courier is going to be going back down to base. And Queen of Pain now with an invisibility room as well. And was she really? No, she's actually just going in there. She's going to pick herself up straight to Staff of Magic. That's going to give her some big damage and some good mana, as well as a little bit extra mana regen for that intelligence. And she's most likely going to be going straight into a Sheepstick. Usually, like, see a BKB come out after an Orchid, but Sheepstick it is, I suppose.
No, she's feeling very very confident. Would prefer to have a CC rather than protection for herself, so able to dip in and out of the fights. I guess when Blink is on a 6-second cooldown, you don't need to worry about defense too much. So 7,500 gold lead to the Centrelink boys. Are there any other big items coming up? There is a double Oblivion Staff for Toons. On the other side, Hand
That's
of
going to be an Orchid.
Oh, as Al Capone going to get caught out here as he's going to blink forward, and K Feeney actually must have picked up the Crystal Maiden at some point because that's a double kill for him. Decent pick up there. The mid tower was denied. The top tower is also down. The bottom tower is the only outer piece of infrastructure left up for Noxious, and the mid tower going to be pushed very hard because of these treants. Meanwhile, down at the bottom lane, we have Luangdi and History's Weakest Disciple trying to get their push on Tomato, going to TP there and try to stop the push in its tracks, as the mid tower is only going to fall to about 2/5 of its health. Well repelled by the proudly sponsored by Centrelink guys, picking up a tier 2 at the expense of their 2 supports.
Yeah, it's still 2 kills over though to K Feeney on that Nature's Prophet. It's not someone you really wanted to be trying to give kills to right at this point. I mean, he's already got up that Shadow Blade. It looks like he's going for an Oblivion Staff as well. The dust has gone off, and he's just been absolutely mowed down in an instant. Dust just instantly pops. He tries to go into Shadow Blade, the Orchid as well, and just blown to smithereens. There is not a single bit left of him in him at the moment. So a little bit unfortunate there for him, but it looks like they're going to be going for a push down on this tier 2 tower up on the top lane as well. They don't have their Nature's Prophet. They don't have one of their cores. So it's going to be a little difficult for these guys to get in there. I mean, you still have Visage, Razor, and you do have a good Static Storm. It's actually not up by the Disruptor, so this tower is definitely going down. There's nothing they can really do to stop this.
Yeah, at this point, History's Weakest Disciple is just way too tanky, and even then he can just back up and let the creeps do the job. So the only tier 2 remaining for Noxious will be the mid one, which they can swing by and take at any point they choose. Looks like they may be doing that now. A lot of Observer wards around. That would definitely be to stop the Shadow Blade antics of the Nature's Prophet.
Oh, yes.
But they're very fast on the Dust of Appearance, so they place down another one there in the mid lane. They're very quick with the dust, so it may be unnecessary, although he is going to the bottom lane at the moment. He is with his ally Toons. Is he going to get the treants to tank the tower? Throws off the Wrath of the Ancients up at the top, and I think the Centrelink guys may be sacrificing this bottom T1 to get the last T2. The global flare does go out. Looks like it will dissuade them just for a little bit. So the mid tower is going to eventually fall, taken down by the creeps, and they're going to try and TP to the tower with the next bomb, and he will pop out of there. The tower will survive, and Toons, I can't see him getting out of there. Blink forward and instantly taken down by Queen of Pain. Nature's Prophet going to manage to teleport to his base, but another advantage picked up by the
tower.
And they denied a tower. Where was that?
Down at bottom. Queen of Pain just denied off that.
Oh, right,
tower.
yeah, okay.
And an instant smoke up now. They looks like they're going to be moving straight back over into the mid lane. There is a Crystal Maiden down here. There's no ward vision down here for Noxious Gaming at the moment. So Queen of Pain has picked herself up that regeneration rune, which is going to help her out quite massively. She's also managed to pick up that Void Stone and the ultimate orb sitting back at base. So once that courier gets back, she's going to be jumping up there. Nature's Prophet looks like he's actually gone farming in the enemy's jungle. The only place he really feels safe to farm right now. But it does look like there is big damage going down there. The Familiars have come in. They've tried to snipe it, and there we go. One armlet toggle and a bash down straight on top of the Familiar. It's gone. And Nature's doing quite a bit of damage right now. He's got that basher up as well. Wouldn't surprise me if he just built it straight into an Abyssal Blade with how far ahead they are right now.
That would definitely cripple the Nature's Prophet if he was indeed in the fight.
Yeah, no, there's nothing that anyone could do about it. An instant stun to knockout, especially on top of that Storm Spirit as well. Especially to get silence. You lock him down for even longer and he's just in a lot of trouble. The Sheep Stick is now on Queen of Pain, so she's got extra lockdown as well that she can just do to everyone. And there we go. And Infest straight inside of Queen of Pain. They want to pick off someone once again. And unfortunately, no one's actually sitting around here at the moment. Nature's Razor's actually sitting right in the top trees. He's very, very scared to come out, right up in the top. He's finally going to move himself out and into the jungle. And it does look like the place to go is on that bottom lane. We do have Disruptor. He's running away as fast as he can. Storm Spirit, he's wondering what the hell's going on. Should I go back? Should I go forward? But it doesn't matter. It looks like they're just going to be jumping straight into this mid lane. And look at this. Queen of Pain. She's moving forward. She wants to beat down on him. But not going to happen. And there we go. Nature's Prophet ultimate goes through them. Mech goes off. And they're still going to be able to stand here and keep the push going.
Okay, meanwhile at the top lane, Jan getting the push on with the bot tower, and the Nature's Prophet and Kafini going to be getting the push on at the bot. Looks like they would.
Jan got busted. He tried to TP out in time, but Clockwork used his latch, managed to stop the TP, and then clog him in while the Sand King came in as well. And just basically blew him up, which is just absolutely amazing work there. Like, they're trying to split off around the map. This is what they wanted to do from the start. They want to split off, they want to do it, but the TPs come in, and basically they just stop everyone straight in their tracks. But Queen of Pain still has that lifestealer, and I'm waiting for him to pop out somewhere. Oh, there he goes. Ends up popping out now, and Queen of Pain, Desolator recipe. So, going in for the Deso, her right clicks are going to hurt even more. I mean, she's got the damage from Orchid as well as the Scythe, but they're going to come out huge.
Oh, jeez.
That armor reduction.
I was just thinking, I haven't seen XYZ miss a hook shot yet. He's been on fire with landing those, and then obviously Al Capone's been...
Nature's Prophet, down on the bottom lane. Nature's Prophet going down to the Lifestealer. Lifestealer getting a couple of bashes out there, just beating him down in his face. And there's nothing that Noxious can really do right about now. They have to group up, they have to fight. But the trouble is that PSbC's team chooses that. There's no way, and look at this, the big jump going in now on the middle lane. It looks like, where did he just go? He just jumped straight past everyone. He just jumped straight past everyone, walks back into base going, sup guys, yeah, I'm cool. And there we go, we'd have Nakes straight back inside that Queen of Pain again, and this is just sort of warding them off. Like, they know the moment Queen of Pain jumps in, that Nakes is coming along for the ride, and they really don't want that damage to come out on him. Because, I mean, what is it, Screen of Pain, 300 damage, and then you've got the Infest damage that comes out. And it's big damage. And there we go. The Silence has gone out. Queen of Pain in a lot of trouble, but she does have that Aegis of the Immortal. She's going to be fine. She's going to resurrect in a second. She's going to be able to blink straight back out of there. She's not. She's just going to keep right-clicking down on the tower. And basically, they're going to be able to beat down on this. There's not much they're going to be able to do. They're just going to keep sieging them and pushing down on these towers. They can't go anywhere, because the moment they try to push out another lane, there's a TP, and they just die one-on-one to every single one of these heroes. I mean, the Sand King can basically take anyone he wants right now. Nature's Prophet does manage to deny the tower, though, but I suppose that's something. But that leaves an open Rax, and the next push, when they all heal up, that Rax is not going to survive whatsoever. There's no tower to save Noxious.
Oh, for sure. So I'm looking at the net worth. Luong DD is on fire with the 14,500. History's weakest disciple, 12. And the next one up is Kafini on the Nature's Prophet. He's been doing a pretty decent job of trying to catch back up, but it's too little too late at this point. And like you say, the next push in the mid...
I wouldn't say the game's over yet.
Oh.
Never say the game's over in the game of Dota.
Okay.
Never over. But we do have Nature's Prophet. He's managed to pick up that... not Nature's Prophet. Nakes. He's managed to pick up that Abyssal Blade now. So he's sitting pretty with that Abyssal Blade. He's going to be able to beat down on whoever the hell he wants, whenever the hell he wants. And there's nothing anyone's going to be able to do about it. And up in that top lane, it looks like we do have Nature's Prophet. Is up there farming. Wouldn't surprise me if he just sort of tried to get the hell out of there right about now. Because, yeah, Nakes is coming for him. Goes, hides in the trees. Will teleport back out. And I think, yeah, they know about it, so they're not going up there anymore. But we do have an Infest Bomb. We do have Queen of Pain with the Nakes inside her again.
Jeez, I honestly thought Kafini was going to get Al Capone there. It was really close. But they were like on opposite side of the trees, so I guess it's Al Capone's lucky day. Doesn't get picked off by the incredibly frustrating Nature's Prophet. Toon's going to be... I'm not sure what he's doing. Is he charging up his wall lightning? What is he doing there?
No, that's just a static room.
Oh, right. Okay. That's not him I'm looking at. Okay, fair enough. Kakafini's down here in the bottom part of the trees, waiting to see where the Nakes is, I guess. Has a lot of drawings going on. The flare going out from XYZ. Not sure where that's going. I think it's in the mid lane. As History's weakest side, we're going to come out here. Start hitting the creeps. They're going to try and jump on top of him. But I don't think they're going to be able to take him. He's got so much. No, actually, they're going to burst through him. He's... Oh, and Jan comes in with the plasma field to pick that up. Max range too, so it does the most damage. 728 gold on to Jan. Definitely a welcome source of income, but... I'm not sure if it's going to make much of a difference as Al Capone... oh, I thought he jumped on someone, but he mustn't have.
It doesn't seem to look like it, but we do have a we had a pullback on the Queen of Pain. Unfortunately, that time she was standing behind where she actually was, so it sort of helped her out. But quickly going through the items, we do have Queen of Pain, Treads, Orchid, Scythe of Ice. It does have a gem as well, so Nature's Prophet, no running away from him because the gem's just going to give him so much true sight. We do have the Life Stealer, does have Phase Boots, Armlet, as well as Drums and that Abyssal Blade. XYZ on the Clockwork has managed to pick himself up that Mechanism, as well as getting himself 4-star Treads, as well as Phase Boots.
Is Kafini going to be caught out here, Rays? Oh, Luong DD's gone the wrong way. I don't know if Kafini knows he's going to be TPing out here. Will manage... No.
Or not.
Oh, okay.
He's just tricking everyone.
Okay. Will be no, that's a Life Stealer. Does
yeah,
eventually go up to... Okay. I thought he
but
was
anyway,
in trouble there.
Back to items. It looks like Crystal Maiden might be going something along the lines of BKB. She's picked herself up an Ogre Club for some extra health. We do have a Mithril Hammer and Ogre Club, so Sand King's definitely going that BKB. He's also got the Blink Dagger as well as the Mana Boots. So basically he's set for the rest of the game if he gets that BKB up. Back down onto Nox now. We do have Toons. Toons has managed to pick up that Orchid. He's got an Ogre Club, so most likely going straight into that BKB as well. He needs it because the Queen of Pain has just managed to burst him down as well. Razor has a Sanj, as well as Drums, a Casual Cloak, just for a little bit of extra magic resistance, and some Treads. Tomato, he's got himself, he's basically Ward Bitch with a set of Arcane Boots. K-Fini has that Hand of Midas, Shadow Blade, as well as the Orchid himself. And Moops is the Healing Bitch with the Mechanism.
Oh, he's been pretty timely on the Mechanism, must say, as K-Fini gonna try and get the push on at the bottom, but his Rax gonna be assaulted. The rest of his team standing aside. They get flared by XYZ on the Clockwork. The melee Rax gonna fall to about two-fifths of its life remaining, and dropping from this right click. Queen of Pain as a Storm Spirit's gonna ball lightning forward. Epicenter go, no, it doesn't go off from the Sand King just yet, as Jan gonna get jumped on by Clockwork, and the Static Storm not gonna do too much of anything. Luang D jumps in. Disruptor going to pick up Infinity, so 1-for-1 so far, but they're forced to back off as the Sand King gonna blink forward, get the Burrow Strike, and very well done there. The Queen of Pain coming in to secure that. Moops forced out of there. He's almost got full Soul Assumption, but it is not gonna do much. Range Barracks going to fall in the mid. There are no other pieces of infrastructure outside the base, so proudly sponsored by Centrelink, are going to teleport down to the bot to try and deal with the Nature's Prophet. Looks like they will be able to do so, as Al Capone going to go invisible. Shadow's Blade going to be popped by K-Fini. I think he'll be able to get out, as Luang D going to clear out a ward near their secret shop. K-Fini is actually going to teleport out here, and he actually goes up to the top lane next to History's weakest disciple. Wonder if he's going to decide to go in, or if he's just going to hide in the trees.
Yeah, I think History's weakest disciple is sort of doing the same thing. He's just sort of holding back, trying to hide and see if that Nature's Prophet comes up. But now he's just going to go out there. He's just going to farm. And the thing about this is K-Fini's just got to wait for his teleport. And just sitting there in the trees right now thinking, what should I do? Shadow Blade out.
He's going for it.
He popped the Phase Boots just as he Shadow Bladed out, so he's actually wasted his Shadow Blade. He's not actually invis anymore, and then he knows where the Life Stealer is, and there we go. It is going to be a big jump down coming down, and he's just going to get blown up instantly. We did have that Storm Spirit coming in. No Orchid. It was the Nature's Prophet Orchid, and that's the thing. 2 Orchids on this team. They can shut him down for a very long time, shut that Rage down. It is an ability. It can get silenced, so they can shut that Rage down for massive amounts of time, just so he's not going to be able to use it. But you have a look at this. The Queen of Pain still farming up quite nicely. She's got herself up that Desolator now. got herself an Ogre Club, most likely going straight into that BKB, so she's not going to be able to get silenced, and she's not going to be able to get tied down by that Storm Spirit.
Oh jeez, she's gonna jump in, instant kill anyone around her, and then right click the rest to death. As K-Feeny gonna continue. They're doing some nice pickoffs on poor Lifestealer. Trying to remember who plays him. History's weakest disciple. So I guess you're right, Rags. The game isn't over till the fat lady sings. It looks like proudly sponsored by Centrelink gonna set up to have some roast kebab. As Al Capone and XYZ heading to join their team, despite being a member down. Confident enough to take this, and I guess it's a good bet considering Noxious confined to their base for the most part.
Yeah, they're a little bit afraid to come out. Plus, that mid lane is now pushing down with those larger creeps. They do quite a bit of bonus damage, and they push quite fast down in those lanes. But it does look like Clockwork has picked himself up that Aghanim Scepter, so he's going to have that 8-second. I'm pretty sure it's 8-second now.
Scepter cooldown 12. Still
seconds.
pretty low, considering he lands 100% of them.
I'm going to hook over here, and then I'm going to hook over there, and then I'm going to think I'm going to hook over here. And just for fun, I'll hook there too.
So, a lot of mobility on their team.
Yeah, the mobility's coming back up, and I do mean you do have this Nakes right now. He's got himself an Invis rune. It was picked up by him just in front of that Visage, so Visage knows he's there, and he's got to watch out. I don't think there's any dust on any of these heroes or a gem right now. So basically, yeah, the Storm Spirit gets revealed. They know the Nakes is still wandering around there somewhere, but they have no idea. All they know is that he's invisible somewhere, and he's just scouting them all out. He knows exactly where they all are, how they're walking through, and there he goes. He's going to instantly go straight down, and the instant jump in from everyone coming in.
Oh, go Tomato!
Like
He gets
Tomato
out.
will be able to TP out right now, and so will everyone else right now. So basically, all it was is the Storm Spirit going down, but this is just an opening for them to push. We do have a Queen of Pain with a double damage room, as well as a Desolator. Nilly has her BKB up. She's going to be able to push down this next tower very, very quickly, and the Storm Spirit's not there. So, and Divine, what?
Divine Rapier has been picked up
On Nature's Prophet. So Nature's Prophet going all out. And the Mask of Madness! So as you know, why the hell not?
Desperate times
Rapier,
call for desperate measures.
let's buy the cheapest item that makes you attack faster but take a shit ton more damage. Why not? Let's do this.
Oh,
And there we go.
nice hook
Coming
shot.
in right now, and he's going to force staff himself straight back out. We do have the Static Storm comes straight out from him, so that's the Static Storm down right now. That's a big waste. We do have Heavy Static coming straight in, jumping right on top of the Razor. We do have the Nate, right in there as well. And there we go, jumping straight in on that Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet drops the Divine Rapier. Wasn't picked up by anyone right now. I don't know. Yes, it's picked up by the Lifesteal. Lifesteal is just beating down on everyone with that Divine Rapier right now. No one's going to be able to do it. The GG has been called by Moobs. That is it. I think that was the last throw of the dice by the Nature's Prophet. Pick up the Divine Rapier, try and beat down on people, but it just didn't work. Nick Nakes just managed to pick that up. Nakes, managed to pick that up in the middle of the fight and just started beating down on anyone. So congratulations to proudly sponsored by Centrelink. They will be going through to the next round. I think it's a round of 8 in the lower bracket right now. And a big thank you to our sponsors, Thermal Take, who are giving some great... just doing some...
Been a long night.
I know, it has been. He's been giving out some great prices down there. You can check them out at ttesports.com or their Facebook page at facebook.com/ttesports. And don't forget, guys, I'm always hanging around. I have a few of my own channels. What is it? I have on my YouTube, I'm pretty sure it's Ragnarok ESC. My Twitter will be Ragnarok SC, and my Facebook is Ragnarok SC. You can go over and check them all out. Cold Blood, you also have some of your own social medias.
Yep, if you head on over to facebook.com/Gamestar, you can check out our other Dota and LoL castings. We'll be bringing more Tides Wrath to you. My Twitter is at coldblood19. I never check it, so don't bother. And we hope you've enjoyed the game. We certainly did. And we're looking forward to more TW action during the week, Rags.
Yeah, very much so. So bad luck again to Nox, unfortunately bowing out there. I have been Ragnarok, bringing you this game along with Cold Blood, and we'll see you guys next time.